Hey, I just wanted to plug this in real quick. According to YouTube statistics, not all of you watching are subscribed. So, hit that subscribe button and even click the bell if you want to know when I upload. You don't have to do that, but if you want to, I'm not stopping you. If I don't say anything like this, though, I'll be shooting myself in the foot and my audience won't grow. So, hit the subscribe button, support me. It doesn't benefit you that much, but it really does help me in the long run. Thanks. Enjoy the video. Yo, what's going on? We are here on this fine post-Christmas weekend to talk about Playboi Carti and his newest album, Whole Lotta Red. He dropped it after 2 years of teasing and just waiting and even threats from another artist. It finally happened. And I'm going to be honest with you on this one. I have been in that group where I've been waiting for this. Like, I've been hyped for this. If you didn't see my Lit review from like months ago, back when I was still doing written reviews, I gave his last album Lit a 9 out of 10. I really dug the minimalistic approach to trap music that he's done, and it felt like the culmination of this SoundCloud rap scene that it was only gonna go downhill from here. That it's not gonna be as weird as this. And I feel like Playboi Carti really he impressed me on Lit, and it was very strange to hear that. Throughout 2020, this hellish year of 2020, I've gone back to Lit and I've listened to it quite a bit, honestly. It it's a fun it gave Lit gave me a fun positive vibe throughout 2020 and it honestly kept me sane. I'm not a Playboi Carti stan, by the way. And as I listened to Lit more, my anticipation for Whole Lotta Red grew and grew. And then on Christmas Day, it came out. I mean, he announced it earlier in the week, but something about this felt it's happening. It's coming out. And it was out. I gave it a couple listens before recording this, and I've never felt so conflicted on an album before. This is odd. Like, this is a very weird album. Like, I the best way I could compare it is to that artist Blade. It's not good. It's not really that good, but it's also fire. Like, it's also great. Once I heard this album, I knew this was gonna be controversial, and it is already. There's so many tweets going around saying like, "Oh, this is trash. Oh, this is great," and I am, and this is definitely a you either love it or you hate it album. There are many qualities in this that people would find annoying or bad, while the others could see it as great. But for me, I'd say that although I was a little bit disappointed with this, I still kind of liked it. You know, I was and I don't really mind most of the annoying qualities of it. If I have to compare it to another Playboi Carti song, I think R.I.P. from Lit is a very good comparison to this album as a whole. It sounds great at first, you can get into it, but as it goes on, it gets a little more annoying. It closer to the back half, it gets a little safer with the instrumentals, but for the most part, it was fine. It got more mellow in the second half of the album, which is more of a Playboi Carti kind of vibe. And also, while we're on sound, good God, the production on this is fantastic. The opener, Rockstar Made, is an amazing opener. This is seriously one of my favorite openers of the year. It set the vibe of the album perfectly. It was one of those things where, like, if you don't like this song, you're probably not gonna like most of the album. But yeah, like the first half of this album, probably the first 12 tracks. Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot to mention, this is 24, 25 tracks of over an hour of music in this. And for the first half of this, it's very, I don't want to use experimental with Playboi Carti because he's already been kind of experimental in the trap sound, but it's very experimental. I would compare it to Yeezus by Kanye in a way, because this was very, it's a very, both on site and Rockstar made, you know, very abrasive openings. It's a good intro to the album as a whole, and one of the best songs on the album too. The biggest biggest complaint I have about this album. This thing needed more features. Man, this really needed more features. I mean, I'm good with the features that I got. Kanye on "Go to the Moon" is one of his best verses, probably since like "The Life of Pablo." um, "Metamorphosis" with Kid Cudi. By the way, it was a little jarring when the Kid Cudi track wasn't Kid Cudi. I know it's a Young Nudy song anyway, but still, I've been wanting that leak for a very long time now. It was very disappointing for it to not be that track. And Teen X with Future. That that's an incredible feature. That is the best feature on this album. Like, and just the way he tries to do the chorus on this is very funny to me. And I like it a lot. It's very catchy. Man, that was it. That was it. We were told that we were getting from features from Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, Pharrell Williams. And I thought for sure those were the locks. And I guess not? Although on the cover art there is a little text that says like Volume 1. So maybe this is a series? But of course, we can't talk about Playboi Carti without Playboi Carti lyrics. Yeah, it's what you expect. It's kind of mindless, but the difference from Whole Lotta Red and Die Lit was Die Lit had that animated Pierre Bourne production that supported that. Uh, I've seen Sean C talk about this metaphor, but it's like you have a bowl of Lucky Charms and it's all of the marshmallow pieces. Just a giant. It's just a bowl of the marshmallow pieces, and it's just pure sugar, and it keeps hitting you and hitting you and hitting you with this stuff. I feel like Cardi for most of these songs, honestly, it just feels like he's very uncomfortable on some of these beats and just needs something to support him. And that sugar that Die Lit had is not in Whole Lotta Red. I mean, that might have to do with the different vibe. Die Lit had more of a trap and rap edge, and while this Whole Lotta Red is still a trap album, it has more punk edges and rock edges. The cover art is a is an homage to Slash. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this. This is very odd. Like, this is what I like from Playboi Carti. And this is it's just not hitting the same. Who knows? I still like this project though. That is the very strange part. For the most part, I do like Whole Lotta Red. It's dumb fun sometimes. It still has the charm. It's just that it's very disappointing with all of the hype that was coming around from this. And honestly, nobody would have lived up to the hype that this thing had. I'll give him that. We really we really overhyped this thing. But I think overall I'm very disappointed in what we got, but I'm not bad. Um, yeah, this is a confusing album. Like, uh, I I will say that I do like the first half better than the second half. I really like the more experimental edges that Cardi has. On Vamp Anthem with the organ sample, it was funny. It was funny because he's taking this more vampire edge, I guess. And on Slayer, it's like he's talking about that he could have been in Slayer, the band, and I think it's fun. And there's like an actually really funny lyrical moment on Punk Monk where he's mentioning all these other rappers and he wanted to sign these different rappers. The first name that came to my mind was Trippy Red. But other than that, this album as a whole could really grow on me or just like age like milk. But there are songs I'm gonna come back to. I'm gonna come back to Rockstar Made. I'm gonna come back to Stop Breathing. Oh my god. Stop Breathing. How did I not mention that one? I love that rock edge to that. I'll probably go back to Metamorphosis and Teen X. Mainly stuff from the first half of the album. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got. Um, I feel weird scoring this, but since I'm so conflicted about it, and there's a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that really disappointed me, I would give this like a 5 out of 10. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is my final formal review of 2020. I'm going to be going back and working on my full album of the year list, and hopefully that's going to be up sometime next week, maybe December 31st or January 1st, but I want to get that done and out there so you guys can know how I felt about this year in music. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to go back to look at my other reviews, and other than that, I'll see you very soon. Okay? Thank you.